Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a pretty wild 209-page document that lays out this, well, a radical blueprint for humanity's future. And trust me, it's a journey that's going to challenge how you see pretty much everything.
Okay, so the whole thing really boils down to this one central idea. You are the universe. You just don't know it. I mean, that's a huge claim, right? So let's see how the document actually tries to back that up. And it all starts with a diagnosis. Section 1, From Me to We, really tries to get to the bottom of what it sees as humanity's biggest problem.
And it frames that problem with this one simple question. I mean, think about it. We've made these incredible leaps in technology, but emotionally, well, it feels like we're just stuck, repeating the same old destructive patterns over and over again.
So what's the answer according to this text? Well, it's that we're trapped in what it calls the me mentality. You know, this us versus them default setting that leads to all the division and conflict. And the solution it proposes, it isn't about new laws or new tech. It's about a total shift in consciousness, moving to a we mentality, a viewpoint where we see all of humanity as one big connected family.
Okay, so how in the world do we actually make that shift from me to we? Well, Section 2, Hardwired to Find God, gets right to the heart of it. It lays out the core belief of this whole document, that our feeling of being separate, it's just an illusion. And to back this up, the author brings in the work of biologist Bruce Lipton. Now, according to the source, Lipton found that our cells basically have these tiny antennas on them. And this is used as evidence for a pretty wild idea, that our consciousness isn't even generated in our brains. Instead, it's being broadcast from some universal source, and we're just the receivers tuning in. So what is this universal source? It's called the quantum field. The document describes it as this kind of cosmic soup of pure potential, a creative, conscious energy that connects literally everything. And this brings us right back to that big idea from the beginning. If we all come from this same source, well then, we aren't just living in the universe. We are the universe.
Okay, I know. That's a massive concept to wrap your head around. So, to make it a little easier, the document uses a really simple metaphor. Life is a video game. The whole point isn't just to get through it, but to learn the rules, gather wisdom, and actually level up your own awareness.
So, if life is a video game, how do you get good at it? Section 3 introduces what it calls the inner toolkit. These are the practical tools you can use to start leveling up your consciousness. And the very first tool is meditation. It starts with the one thing we're all doing all the time, breathing. Get this, over an average 80-year life, we take over 672 million breaths. And the source makes this incredible point. Almost every single one of those happens without us even thinking about it. So the first step to playing the game is just to start paying attention. The practice itself is pretty simple. You close your eyes to what's going on outside, you focus on your breath, and you open the door to your inner world. But here's where it gets really, really interesting. The document claims that if you stick with it, something flips. It's no longer just you meditating. The universe itself actually starts to meditate through you. Another tool in the kit is understanding the body's energy system, the 7 chakras. Now, the document doesn't present this as some far-out mystical concept. It's actually laid out as a practical roadmap for your own evolution. You basically journey from the lower chakras, which are all about survival and that me stuff, all the way up to the crown, the center for divine connection, where you really tap into that we state of being.
All right, at this point, you're probably asking yourself, where is all of this information coming from? Well, Section 4 introduces us to the guide behind these teachings, an entity named Zoran.
Now, Zoran, who the source says is channeled through a woman named Makara, has a core philosophy that's actually surprisingly down to earth. It's all captured in this idea about laughter, that it isn't just some feeling. No, it's a biological tool that can literally change your molecular structure and create what he calls happy cells. And Zoran's teaching style is, well, just as unconventional. He apparently uses a treasure chest full of toys to help people become like a child again, because he believes that play and humor are way more effective for transformation than just using your intellect. The source even says he runs a mystery school on a planet called Nucleus, teaching students how to study the quantum field and travel through a stargate. Okay, so we've got the problem, we've got the premise, the tools, and the guide. But where is all this heading? What's the end game?
The final section paints this incredible picture of humanity's next chapter, a vision for a golden age.
The ultimate promise here is that a huge collective shift from me to we will kickstart a golden age. And the results? They would be absolutely world-changing. We're talking about a society where kindness and compassion are the basis for leadership, where war and disease are things of the past. The source calls it nothing less than a fairy tale-like event waiting for humanity on the horizon. But here's the thing. This huge, grand vision isn't something that just happens to us. The entire blueprint brings it all back to you, to the individual, with one last powerful metaphor. If this global transformation is a giant puzzle, then every single one of us holds unique piece. And the journey, it concludes, isn't about waiting for the world to change. It's about discovering your own piece of that puzzle.